Production Entertainment. Non-stop production.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
How you doing, big bro?
All is well.
All is well, man. You can hear me good and everything?
Yes.
All right. Well, as always, man, it's an honor, man, for you to take time out of your busy schedule and your day, man, to, speak with us, man, here at 7 Mile Radio. We appreciate all of the knowledge that you bring and every one of your lectures. And, every time you come here to Detroit, I had the honor of meeting you here when you spoke at the Shrine of Black Madonna, as well as several other times. I bumped into you at the Million Man March, if you remember. Back you was taking pictures, sir. And a few other times, man. But like I said, man, just want to greet you with a what up, though, from me and everybody in the city. I'm sure you know what that's about. You know what I mean? That's just our greeting. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be right.
No doubt. Shout out to Detroit, Motown.
You know
Dr. Umar Johnson will be back Friday, December the 30th. Come on out. Greater New Mount Moriah Baptist Church, 586 Owen Street.
Mm-hmm.
Doors open up at 4. Program from 6 to 8. Book signing from 8 until 10. We got vendors coming, a lot of vendors.
Right.
We finally got us a food vendor, so okay. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to talk about a lot. Miseducation, economic castration, intellectual masturbation, state of the conscious community,
mm-hmm.
a trumped-up White House,
mm-hmm.
the illusion of inclusion, Barack Obama. It's going to be a whole bunch on the menu. The buffet is full. The menu is full.
As it always is.
Everybody come on out.
As it always is. Anytime you speak, brother. Anytime you speak. If you don't mind, we would like to touch on some of the things that you will be speaking on that day, as well as some other things that are some questions and concerns of, a lot of the people in the city of Detroit. You know what I mean? That listen to the station and follow you and are fans of you, and some that have some concerns with you. You know what I'm saying? As I'm sure you know.
I ain't got no problem. You can throw the questions out. I think if the question is appropriate, I'm gonna answer it, and if I think it's bullshit, I'm not gonna answer.
Okay,
it.
I can dig it, bro. I can dig it. You know how we get down, man. I ain't got no problem with it. We gonna give it straight just like it is, man. So just kicking it off, man. I don't know. Like, first off, I don't know if I got a little confusion on the little graphic that I made as far as the whole bamboozled. If that was a prior event, but I just heard you speak on it now, so I figured that.
No, I ain't had no problem with that.
Okay,
I didn't have a problem with that.
Okay, so speaking on that, man. Now that we are post Barack Obama, okay, like everybody seems to be up in arms and worried. A lot of things are going on in the black community in regards to Donald Trump becoming the president. You know what I mean? Everybody is worried. Now, you are someone who has spoke on many times the fact that, in your opinion, Barack Obama has not done much for the black community. And I've heard you say some other things as far as we really have nothing to worry about in regards to Trump. So can you speak on or respond?
Well, I wouldn't say we don't have anything. I wouldn't say we wouldn't have anything to worry about.
Okay.
I would say that you have no more to worry about than what you've already had to worry about. In other words, no president in the United States history, and definitely not within our lifetime, has had a black agenda. Barack Obama did not have a black agenda. He never articulated one during his campaign, nor did he ever implement anything for black folks. So when you say opinion, I would disagree. It's not an opinion because we can statistically prove with evidence that Obama did nothing specifically for black folks. Now, just like we can prove that he did do things specifically for homosexuals. He gave the homosexuals 3 federal laws.
Whoa.
He gave the homosexuals 3 federal laws. How many laws did black people get under Obama? He gave the police a federal hate crime law that made it almost punishable with life imprisonment for you to conduct violence or harassment against the police. So while black people are being murdered, Obama doesn't do anything he doesn't do anything to stop police genocide against Africans, but he will sign a law that limits the Africans' ability to fight back against unjustified police brutality. He gave the cops a law. He gave white women the Equal Pay Act. Okay, so we see specific laws for police, specific laws for white women, specific laws for homosexuals, specific laws for immigrants. Give me one specific law that Obama passed for black folks. Name one specific law that Obama passed for black folks, and it's not an opinion, it's a fact.
Right. Most definitely. I mean, and I've done research, man. I can't argue with that.
Give me one. I tell everybody that. People say, I think he did some stuff. Give me one law that Obama passed for black folks, and I will admit that I made a mistake in my political analysis. And I haven't found one person yet to give me one law for black folks. Not one, because he didn't. He did nothing for black folks. Right. And to make sure white people were clear that he was not interested in doing anything for black folks, Barack Obama stayed away from a lot of predominantly black cities during his campaign to make sure he was not even closely associated with you. And then he also used code words during many of his speeches to let white folks know that he wasn't going to do anything for you. For example, constantly referring to middle class. He always talked about this is for the middle class. We want to strengthen the middle class. Right. I'm concerned about the American middle class. Well, that is a code word to mean I'm not dealing with black folks, because most black folks in America are struggling. They are poor and they are working class. They are not middle class. So by constantly bringing up middle class, that was a code word that Obama was sending to white people that I am not talking to black.
Most definitely. It's like beating around the bush, basically. You know what I mean? And then when you bring
around the damn bush.
And when you bring
I think Michael Eric Dyson said it best. Michael Eric Dyson, and I'm not a big fan of his, okay, because he can engage in a lot of coonery too. But Michael Eric Dyson said Obama waves at white folks and winks at black folks. When he see white folks, he'll wave, but when he see black folks, he just give you a little head nod. In other words, I can't really be associated with you because white folks did not put me in office for you. They put me in office so I can go back to Africa and rape the resources again under the disguise of my black skin, and they put me in office so that I could homosexualize the entire black community in 8 years. Do you realize that when Barack Obama got elected, homosexuality was not accepted in the black community?
Right.
Not on the mainstream level. Right. Don't get me wrong. Right. We've always had homosexuality in the black community since we've been dealing with the white man because he introduced it. Okay, but we always had rules to the homosexuality. And I don't want the interview to be about homosexuality because it gets talked about too much. Right. But I'm just bringing a point that, okay, when he took office, most black folks, including most black churches, were not pro-homosexual. Right. When Obama leaves office, one of his greatest victories, it's a defeat for us. It's a defeat for us, but it's a victory for him. His greatest victory was he was able to change the social family culture. He was able to transform the family culture of blacks in America in 8 years.
Now, you feel like he, alone was the spearhead that caused that change?
No, of course not. The president is a face. The president is a symbol. The president is a mouthpiece for the executive branch of government. The executive branch of government is more than the president. It is the FBI. It is the CIA. It is the chair of the Federal Reserve. You know, there's a lot that makes up the president. You know, it's just like a football team. It's more than the head coach. Okay? Right. In fact, the head coach might not even be making the final decision. Okay? It might be his offensive coordinator making that call. It might be his defensive coordinator making that call. It might be one of his players who pull him to the side and say, Coach, you need to run this play. I know you like to run this play, but you need to run this play right now. So no, without question, Obama was not the only person making those decisions. But as a man, black man. Listen, if I'm CEO of a corporation, okay, take me.
Right.
Principal. Take me in that position. Former school principal, white parents, white students, whatever the case may be, along with black students. Now, the board of the school might want me to do a certain thing. The school board might want me to do a certain thing. But if it goes against my best interest, I'm not going to do it. And if I cannot change it, I am at least going to speak to it. I will tell my parents, listen, y'all, I do not agree with this, but I am powerless to do anything about it. I can at least speak to the pain of my parents when I can't do anything about it. Not only did Obama not do nothing for black folks, he didn't even speak to our pain, not a single time.
So
he would not exonerate Marcus Garvey. He refused to support reparations. He refused to make police genocide a hate crime. He refused to do anything about mass incarceration in a structural way, because he did that released a lot of black people from prison who were serving long sentences, and black folks went crazy and said, hey, Doc, he finally did something. I'm not convinced with that. You want to know why I'm not convinced with that, my brother?
Why
because if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. If you teach a man to fish, he eats for the rest of his life. Obama let a couple blacks out of jail, but he did nothing to change the criminal justice law that leads them into jail. In other words, what I'm saying, Brother Mark, Obama might have let out 100,000 blacks. Soon when he leave office, guess what?
They're going to reverse
blacks
that.
Going to be right back.
Yeah.
Exactly, because you did nothing to change the system that creates the
racist. Yeah, he did nothing about the system rewarding the racist behavior that they demonstrate.
Exactly, my brother.
So with that being said, just to cross-examine that whole situation. Now, what you saying that Obama not being only being the face and cannot be held responsible for certain situations or being the push button that caused it. How can we blame him then for not? If we know that he can't completely do everything, he's not the one that's really in power. How can we blame him for what he didn't do? Just like I said, devil's advocate.
Obama is not being blamed for not solving the problems of black folk.
Okay.
To clarify, Obama is being held accountable for not doing anything for black folks. Okay. There's a big difference between solving our problems and doing something to help solve those problems. He did nothing. Even as president, you have breathing room to take on a couple of initiatives on your own. Do you realize this man signed more executive orders than the two previous presidents put together? When Congress did not agree with what things he was doing for homosexuals and others, he signed executive orders. He went over the Congress. He could have did the same thing for black folks. There's 3 issues in America that affect black people that everyone in America agrees on. Okay. One is miseducation. Right. Everybody, black or white, rich or poor, agree that the schools that serve black folk are a failure. Right. Number 2, mass incarceration. Everyone in America, black or white, rich or poor, agree that that's a problem. And number 3, underemployment. Half the black men in America have been unemployed consistently since 1980 when the CIA dropped crack off. Those are 3 safe issues. Safe issues. Any one of which Obama could have tackled. And even if he could not have addressed the whole issue, he could have did something significant. Let's take education. Obama could have created a program that brought more black men into the schools, not as NTAs, not as police, not as gym teachers, but as classroom leaders and as principals. He didn't even do that. Obama could have ordered the United States Department of Justice to investigate the systematic extermination of unarmed, defenseless black people by white police in this country. He didn't even do that. There's so many simple, powerful things
that he could have done
that would have gotten very little resistance that he chose not to. Now, contrary to popular Negro belief in this country, I think we give white racism too much credit when it comes to Obama. I don't think Obama didn't do anything for blacks because he couldn't. Obama didn't do anything for blacks because he did not want to. You're dealing with a Negro raised by racist white grandparents. He went to Harvard. He's been kissing white behind his whole life to get ahead. What evidence did you have before Obama got elected that he gave a damn about black folks? So I don't blame white supremacy totally for Obama not doing anything. Part of this is his own personality. He was raised by white, racist grandparents who had no respect for black folks. There's no way in hell you get raised by crackers and you don't pick up some of the cracker your damn self.
Whoa. And that's, I guess, trailing back, looking at his history, his family history, is really no dispute.
He has no connection with you. He's not a descendant of enslaved Africans. He's not a descendant of New World Africans. He got a Kenyan father, allegedly, and that's disputable, who he never knew. So even though he may have a biological connection to Africa, he ain't got a psychological one. That man don't have a psychological connection to Africa or black people. He's a white man in a black body. That's all he's ever been. That's all he ever will be. And the sad thing about it is after he's out of office, black people are going to paint Obama like he was greater than Dr. King, greater than Marcus Garvey, greater than my ancestor Frederick Douglass, greater than Harriet Tubman and Martin Delany. My biggest concern is the aftershock of Obama. What Obama didn't do is nothing compared to what you're going to suffer because you allowed him not to do anything. So you got to realize something. We validated his neglect of black folks. We defended his neglect of black folks. Right. And so now you want to turn around and make Donald Trump accountable? Donald Trump do not have to do a damn thing for black folks, nor will he. Because if Obama can come in the White House for 8 years, do nothing for you, and you still support him, then I damn sure don't have to do nothing for you. Look at Al Sharpton. What is Al Sharpton doing right now? Al Sharpton is about to have a march, January 14th.
Okay.
Al Sharpton is going to march on the nation's capital for civil rights. This is what he said. Civil rights and jobs and all this shit. Why did he march on Obama one time? Al Sharpton met with President Obama more than any black leader has ever met with a president in the United States history. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Al Sharpton has met with the President of the United States in the White House more than any black leader in American history has met with the president. And he got nothing out of those meetings for you because the purpose of those meetings was for Obama to pay Al Sharpton off, okay? Not actually, but metaphorically, okay?
Right.
To protect his image in black America until he gets out of office. Why you ain't seen Al Sharpton during the entire presidential race? You haven't seen Al Sharpton since the Walter Scott incident in South Carolina.
I'm about to say, you barely seen him at any of these police brutality. I was just about to say,
exactly,
hold on.
Exactly. Because Obama done with him. Obama used him like every president has Negroes there. Bill Clinton used Jesse. George Bush used T.D. Jakes. And Donald, I don't know who Donald Trump new Negro going to be, but Barack Obama used Al Sharpton.
He got the nigger that he was running against. Remember the one that didn't like him, the Republican.
Exactly.
Now he got him on board. Ben Carson. And then he got your boy with the hair, Don King. He got Don King in his pocket too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about Don King.
Man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because bourgeois Negroes, I'm going to tell you right now,
okay,
bourgeois Negroes, a lot of them are going to switch their political affiliation from Democrat to Republican to try to get in good with the Trump regime. I promise you that. Because not only do the Republicans have the president, they have both houses of Congress and the Supreme Court. Not only do they have the presidency, election was a gigantic victory and symbolic war victory for white supremacy. White folks were so tired of seeing a black president.
Most definitely.
White folks were so tired of seeing a black president that they came out in droves and gave the Republicans both houses of Congress and the presidency. And Donald Trump will have a couple of Supreme Court elections. We are about to go through a period in American history, my brother.
Oh, my goodness.
That is going to be almost as worse as Reconstruction. That period of hell we caught right after slavery ended. We walked out of one hell into another. 1865 to 1877 was Reconstruction. Well, guess what? They're about to have a second Reconstruction from 2017 until 2027. I promise you.
So
It's going to be hell.
So what are we to
if we
do,
don't
brother?
organize.
I feel like we are at the point now as black people in this country. We like the colonists back when they was the Boston Tea Party, and we need to revolt to the. We need to separate ourselves from the British. You see what I'm saying? Like what do we do?
Well, here's
what do
the thing. You're already separated. The problem with black folks ain't that we need to separate. You're already separated. Only time you see white folks is when you outside and when you go to work. Okay? Black folks are separated. Of course, you got a couple bougie Negroes with houses in the suburbs, and they separate.
Yeah, I mean, because we really really live in colonies. We talk about our community a lot.
Yeah, we live in colonies.
Yeah.
Concentration camps. You are in the midst of a 21st century African racial Holocaust. That's what the hell going on right now. What Adolf Hitler did to Jews in Nazi Germany is exactly what the United States government is doing to black people right now. Show me a difference. Read the history of Nazi Germany, and you will see that everything the Nazis did to the European Jews, America is doing Africans. Every single thing. What's the first thing Hitler did? He put them in ghettos. The word ghetto is a Jewish word. The word ghetto is a Jewish word, and it was used to describe residential neighborhoods where all the Jews were concentrated. The concentration camps were the ghetto.
Why do you think they call them the projects? We got the projects.
You first put them in to make the projects. Did you know some of the first projects were created in America for European Jews? Some of the first projects in America were created for European Jews. The purpose is this, because it's not about the European Jew. We're talking about us, but I want to show the commonality. The purpose is, in order to exterminate the people, you have to first round them up. You have to first round them up so that your campaign can be much more effectively. So if you want to poison the food, if you want to poison the water, okay, you want to do chemtrails, you want to put the wrong immunizations in there to give all the kids autism, AIDS. So first you got to round them up. We are living amongst the Holocaust. And what did the Nazis start doing to the Jews on the street? They start before the wholesale Holocaust came. They start shooting them down like flies. And guess what? The Jews had no type of redress, no type of legal redress. What have you been seeing during the Obama administration? Nothing but senseless police killings of defenseless black men, even on tape. And still no consequences, brother. This is a Holocaust. And in a Holocaust, the only thing that matters is organized power. If we are going to survive the 21st century in the United States, and I want to be clear, I'm not pessimistic. I'm optimistic because I know we can win this shit.
Right.
I'm very optimistic.
Right.
I know we can win this shit. But if we're going to survive the 21st century Holocaust in the United States of America, we're going to have to organize ourselves economically, politically, and psychologically. We need psychological unity. We do not have it. Black people love nothing more than to see other black people at conflict. You know this yourself. Black people love to see black people at conflict. There's nothing better than a good fight between black folks. We would pay money to see a good fight between black folks.
We spoke.
That is our problem. We love to see black people suffer.
We spoke on, reality TV in one of our past interviews, and how black people gravitate to that. As far as just the drama.
And what is reality TV all about? Drama and conflict. Housewives. Conflict. Think about it. Everything black. Look at rap music. Let's look at hip hop.
Okay.
Hip hop is based on conflict. The whole damn. If you're not beefing with somebody, you're not selling no record. Am I wrong, my brother?
Am I wrong? It seems as if the new beefs comes out just for the sake of selling records. I mean, I thought that was like part of the ploy.
Yeah. In fact, some of them are fabricated beefs.
Hey, we know that.
Yes. Because black people don't want to hear peace. We don't want to hear that. Look at why are Tyler Perry movies so successful? Why did Tyler Perry's Medea Boo? Why did Tyler Perry's Medea Boo sell more tickets than Nate Parker's Birth of a Nation? Why does Tyler Perry movies outsell any serious movie that we have about black folks?
Tell me why it happens.
Because
man.
Black folks don't want to see success. We don't want to see no happily married family. That's boring as shit. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see black people getting along. That shit don't do nothing for me. I want to see niggas killing each other. I want to see black women cursing each other out. I want to see men fighting over women. I want to see women fighting over men. I want to see people gang banging. You don't want no damn peace. Listen, the white man has engineered in us a self-hatred that I am convinced most black people do not understand the extent of it. I really don't think we understand that self-hatred is the elephant in the room whenever we come together. Whenever you get two black folks together, okay, especially three, because once you get that third person, that third person got to choose sides, because we don't believe in unity. So there's always going to be tribalism. Let me say that again. Black people do not believe in unity, so there will always be tribalism. So the minute that third person comes, it's me and you. We've been getting along fine, just me and you. Third person comes, they're going to feel awkward embracing both of us. How many times have you seen it? Brother, sister, come. I want to be down with both of them, but I can't because both of them want my loyalty above and beyond the other person. That's how sick and ridiculous we are.
Man, I mean, you speak man, you overstand a lot of things, man, and it's a lot of you can't argue with it, man. I just I can't it's so many things that go through my mind, man, speaking to you, man, and just like, wow, man, where do we go, man, as people? What the hell have we gotten ourselves into, man? We spoke well, I'm going to say that you had a point in your lecture coming up that you wanted to speak about economics and black dollar and us what was it, equating, I think it was materialism over ourselves, you know what I mean, and how we have this connection with so much material. We spend so much money, we don't own shit. Let's talk about that, man.
Remember, a self-worthless people always invest in things more than they invest in themselves. A self-worthless people will always invest in things more than they invest in themselves. And the reason they will invest in things more is because they need things to substitute for the worthlessness that they suffer from. In other words, your child doesn't need Air Jordans for the sake of having Air Jordans. He doesn't need the Air Jordans just because they're nice. He doesn't need the Jordans just because they're Nike. He needs the Jordans because without the Jordans, he doesn't feel like a man. He feels less than. I need these Jordans to give me a degree of self-esteem. Without these Jordans, I am nothing. Imagine black people without white Jesus in Air Jordans. Where the hell would we be?
So what is the substitute for that in our youth that is already conditioned in a way where I mean, for lack of a better way or nicer way of saying it, it's no way out of feeling like that. There's no way out of that mentality at this point. And the ones I speak of.
The solution is in a quote from my ancestor, Frederick Douglass, who said, "It is better to raise strong children than to repair broken men." It is better to raise strong children than to repair broken men.
Right.
And so what that means is we have to stop doing rehabilitation and start doing constructive development. In other words, we are very reactionary in the black. If we wait till our kids get miseducated, then we want to educate them correctly.
Just jump up in arms and say something is wrong. But
exactly.
Did nothing to prevent this shit from happening in the beginning.
We get mad when they come out and can't learn nothing.
Okay.
No, educate them. I believe this, and this is why I'm building a school.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have said, "Why is he taking $700,000 for a school?" We don't need no $700,000 for a school.
Right.
We need army. We need an army.
Right.
Well, guess what? If I arm black men in America right now, you know what they'll be doing in 24 hours?
Killing each other.
Thank you. Until you change the mindset of black people, you change nothing else about us. The reason why the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is the #1 priority on my list of political priorities is because I know that until we change the mind of Africans, we don't change anything else. So for me, the hope is not in our generation. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep fighting. But I don't have a lot of hope in us because I know how sick the white man has made us and how sick the church has made us. Mm-hmm. So because of that, I know I have to prepare the next minds to do what we are not able to do. That's why the education of our babies is key, because until you change the mind, you change nothing.
Okay. And now, in regards to the school, bro, because I'm sure you've heard a lot of questions in regards to the school and what are you doing with the donations and the money? Because I know a couple of personal people that say they have donated to your campaign, and it's just a lot of questions surrounding what is Umar doing with the money. Now, I don't know, or I haven't heard of a campaign. A couple of people actually was speaking with me in my comments yesterday about I don't know if it was a campaign for a school or something else that you was raising money for, but you actually reached the goal, and it was I guess it didn't, and that whatever it is that you were supposed to do didn't come out. But it's a lot of questions that I've been getting, that I was speaking on earlier in the beginning, as far as that and the donations. I guess people are kind of wondering, like, we're hoping that he ain't making it rain on no conscious strippers or nothing like that.
First of all, well, he ain't making it rain on no fucking strippers, because I've never been to a strip club.
Okay.
And a man like me, to keep it gangster, okay, right. I'm not nobody need to go to a strip club. Right. There's no lack of women who would love to be Dr. Umar Johnson's queen. So I've never been to a strip club in my 40 years on this planet, and I'll never go to a strip club in my 40 years on this planet. So that's number one. Number two, there's a GoFundMe page. Right. There's a GoFundMe page that has updates on it, that has progress towards the goal, and has the money that has been raised. Okay. There's also a bank account where people who donate checks and money orders, their money go directly into a bank account. They don't write a check to Umar Johnson. What is on the check? The check says Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. My name is not on the check. Right. So since my name is not on the check cannot go into my bank account, because the account says Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right. So, what is he doing with the money? Mm-hmm. He's doing what everybody else does when they're working towards a goal. They accumulate the money until they have enough to make something happen with it. And as far as people saying they donated, ain't none of them hating ass niggas who posted that on your page donated to my school. 95% of the people who said that they donated to my school did not. They say that to justify the hate. The hate is coming from the fact that you got a lot of people in the so-called conscious community who have GoFundMes up right now who ain't made no damn money, who got campaigns and haven't raised. Right. I've raised more than all of them put together. So it is jealousy and it is envy. Let me be crystal clear about something. Okay. The last thing I'm worrying about is a bunch of hotep-ass Negroes when I know that for me to step out here and say that I'm going to do this for black children, mind you now, I have millions of people who believe in me. Let's look at this now.
Oh, yeah,
most definitely.
Most definitely.
Let's flip. You're talking to the most requested black scholar on the planet 6 years straight. Mm-hmm. Facts. You're talking to a man with more YouTube videos than all the other scholars put together, and he doesn't even have his own YouTube channel. Do you know what that means? That means every Dr. Umar video was uploaded by who?
Somebody else.
Somebody other than Dr. Umar. Everybody else promotes themselves. All them Negroes promoting themselves. I don't have to promote myself. I got more videos than every one of them, and I don't even have a channel. What does that tell you? I am the only scholar alive who has been invited to speak on all 6 continents. What does that tell you? I am simultaneously the most requested black scholar in the hood, on the college campus, and internationally. Cornell West, Michael Eric Dyson, Tavis Smiley. Nobody gets more requests to speak in this country who's black than Dr. Umar, including colleges. Mm-hmm. So with that amount of love and support that I get from black people, what type of a man would I be to take a penny of that money, brother?
Right.
To take a penny of that money and put it in my pocket. But let's go back a little bit, Mark. We can go back. Since I've been coming to Detroit, Chicago, traveling the world, do you know I've had hundreds of people who've tried to put money in my hands for the school? And they will testify to this.
Okay.
And I would refuse it.
Mm-hmm.
People have seen me do this in lectures. People have stood up. We need to take a collection. No, we cannot. Why not, Doc?
I've
because
seen
I don't
that,
have a school. You've seen it yourself. You've seen it. I cannot take. I did it in the shrine. I cannot take a dollar yet until we have an identified property and an account for the school. Did you not hear me say that?
Yep.
I did that for years.
It was more so when I seen it at the shrine. It was like I'm not taking no money in my hand. You know, you can mail it to my PO. You can go fund me. You know, I prefer
and what do I tell people who want to give me cash? Can you put it in a check or a money order? Because when we finally open up the school, we're going to honor everybody who has ever donated.
Exactly.
Everybody who has ever donated, whether they gave $1 or $1 million, they will be honored.
You know, I'm hearing.
Those who gave a lot of money will be honored.
You remember?
I don't like to take cash.
When we
and if they do have to give me cash, I always tell them to do what? Put it in an envelope.
Yep,
put your name, your phone number, and your email. Brother, I got a book right here in front of my face. Nothing but every donation logged. Even when I get an anonymous donation, it is logged.
Right.
Every penny accounted for. Where was I yesterday? Yesterday, I was right outside of Philadelphia looking at a school. It's a school for $1.4 million. It sits on 3.4 acres of land. It's a good school, too. I like it. Only problem is we ain't got enough money for it yet, and it's in a white neighborhood. That's the only two take-backs. But I'm keeping it on my possible list because it's not bad. And if I can get them to work with me, if I can get them, white folks, to take $250,000, can I give you $250,000? Because this is an independent project. Can I give you $250,000 so I can keep my other $450,000 to operate my school? If they enter into a lease to own agreement, because I need a direct buyer-seller agreement. I'm not going to the banks, my brother.
Right.
I'm not, because you know that interest rate they're going to put on that bank loan going to be crazy. I'm not going to the bank. So any school I get, that seller must be willing to enter into a direct buyer-purchaser agreement. I have 2 schools in Baltimore I'm going to right before my lecture this coming Sunday. I'll be speaking in Baltimore for Kwanzaa Monday, December 26th. And then I got a couple schools in Georgia. Okay. Brother, we rolling. So I got a realtor who's working with me.
Now, did I hear you say?
About 50 schools I'm visiting. About 50 schools that is on my list to be visited.
Anything in Detroit? I don't know if I missed it in the list that you just gave out there.
Well, the problem with Detroit is I'm having trouble finding somebody who can get me into the damn schools. It's like a damn secret society. Huh. You call the damn school district and you talk to that chick, and she keeps giving me the runaround. Okay. And then I got people in the hood who's supposed to get me in, but you know, they ain't been able to get me in. So I thought I would have been here. I really thought Detroit was going to be the spot.
Now, would you not to cut you off? Would you be open to partnering up? With organizations? No partners. No partners. Nope.
Absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. I know the Willie Lynch of black people. I also know the self-hate. I also know the jealousy and the envy. Okay? And I also know that most of our people are not as unapologetically African as I am. If I partner with somebody, they're going to want me to compromise. I'm not compromising shit, all due respect.
Right.
What I got to do, I believe I'm the only one who can do it. I'm just going to be real with you, my brother. It may sound arrogant, but I don't think I can find someone else who's going to come to the table with the mindset that I have to teach our children what I feel that they need to know. I'm going to have to make compromises, and I ain't compromising when it comes to our babies. I really believe that this is something I have to do myself with support. I want to be clear. Right. It's not a one-man act. I have a team. But in terms of me having a partner, which means we have equal say, equal power, equal weight, no, sir. That's going to be a recipe for disaster because a lot of our people don't have that unapologetically African spirit. A lot of them are not sincere. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people who want to get down with my school project only want to get down with it for status, notoriety, and money.
Right. Because
understand something, Mark. Education is one of the largest industries in America. This is a $1 billion industry.
Most definitely.
You understand? So people like, if I get down with Dr. Umar, because let's be honest, when it comes to education, psychology, Pan-Africanism in the United States, it ain't too many names you're going to hear before mine, if you hear any before mine. So people know that when I finally open up the school, once I get that once God blesses me, once divine consciousness blesses me with that first school, brother, they're going to be popping up all over the place. And that's why the haters are hating so hard, Mark, because they like, this guy is getting closer. They can smell it. I can smell it. So I know the haters can smell it. They like, he gonna get this. Here's the thing. They looking at me and where I stand right now with black consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, look where he at. He already at the top. He already there. He came into the game in 2010, kicked the door wide open, went straight to the top. Nobody could even compete with him. And he stood there. He stood there. A lot of the Negroes was hating. They said, yeah, don't worry about it. He the new face.
So do you
in
feel
2010, they said, hold on, let me finish my statement.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
In 2010, they said he the new face. Give him a year or two, he going to die down like a regular rapper. You know, they say rapper gets a one-hit wonder. I was supposed to be a one-hit wonder. When I hit in 2010, like an earthquake. People was like, damn, who was that? Don't get me wrong. I've been doing this for 20 years, my brother.
Right.
But I didn't break that national scene till 2010. So here we is, almost 7 years later. We're going into 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, my brother, it gets better and better with the love. But the gift is the curse. Because the more success you come with, the more the damn FBI going to watch your ass.
Oh. And
the more trifling-ass Negroes going to try to destroy you. But I'm not going to stop because I believe I'm on a divine mission. Like Nat Turner, like Marcus Garvey, like Frederick Douglass. We're going to keep pushing until we hit that school, my brother. We cannot lose.
Most definitely, man. And I damn sure hope you get it, man. I know you're going to get it. There's no hope to it.
It ain't no hope. No hope.
Yeah. That's why I say you see how I retracted it. You see how quick I retracted that one.
Listen to me. There is no if. It's only a win. Trust me, ain't no if. Every time I walk into these schools, brother, I don't even like going to the schools. You want to know why? Because soon when you walk in, when you as thirsty as I am for this damn school, I'm already picturing the kids in their uniform. I'm already, you know what I mean?
I feel you, bro. I feel
like
you.
Yesterday, I'm like, damn, they got this outside. This is where we're going to do the physical training, the push-ups, the sit-ups. The campus is big enough. Every morning they're going to come into school. We're going to get a couple showers put in here so we can do the morning physical training because our kids don't get that, Mark. What public school you know in Detroit when the kids come in the morning to go through their physical training first to get all that extra energy out, to burn off last night's sugar and high fructose corn syrup and caffeine? What school you know puts out boys to that physical training to burn off that extra energy so that they can sit down and think? Don't no school do that. What school is teaching our children the science of white supremacy? Ain't no school doing that. I'm telling you, bro, what I'm bringing to the game, ain't nobody else doing right now. It's a game changer, brother. I'm bringing a game changer. And that's why I call FDMG heaven on earth. I ain't got to die. Our kids ain't got to die to get to heaven. Our kids gonna get heaven right here. They gonna get heaven right now, or we gonna die trying. Friday, December 30th, 586 Owen Street, Greater Mount Moriah Baptist Church. The Prince is coming back to Motown. Tickets are going fast now.
Most definitely.
Let them know. You better not wait, because I don't think it's going to be no door tickets.
Yeah, let them know.
Detroit, I got to stop doing that. Every year, you know how they be, Mark. They be at the front door cursing me out. I ain't got no ticket. I drove 3 hours.
Hey, I'm making sure I'm there super early. I'm making sure I'm there.
Please, family, get your ticket right now. Stop waiting to the last minute.
So how much are they? How much are they, bro?
Africanism.eventbrite.com. $20 ahead of time.
$20 ahead of time. Slightly higher at the door.
They're going to be higher at the door, definitely. Mind you, that $20 fee, because I got to clarify this.
Okay. Okay.
That $20 fee is lower than what most other conscious speakers charge who do not have my credentials.
Okay.
Okay, let's just put it out there.
Right.
That $20 is lower than what you pay at any other event for people who don't have my credentials. Remember that. I have a real doctorate, not the kind they give out in the conscious community, a real one that you earn with labor. You understand? You're dealing with a doctor of clinical psychology here. Okay, this ain't Joe Smo off the damn street.
Right.
$20. And let's go further. Where does your $20 go? Does it all go in my pocket? Hell no. I got the Unapologetically African Black College and Consciousness Store coming up this summer, Mark.
Right.
June 28th to July 12th. 14 days and 14 nights. Guess how much that tour costs? $3,500. Our parents ain't got $3,500. So guess what I got to do? I got to come up with $1,500 for each of those 40 kids that's going to be on that tour. How does Dr. Umar come up with that other money? Am I going to get it from the government? Hell no. That's against my principles. Am I going to go to the white man? Hell no. I have to use my lecture money and put that in the bank and put that to the side so I can help offset the expenses for our parents. I pay that. Last year, over $20,000 out my pocket for the college tour. I walk my talk. Last year, we took the kids to the Audubon Ballroom where Brother Malcolm was murdered. Apollo Theater, Ferncliff Cemetery. We pour libations at the grave of Malcolm Shabazz, Betty Shabazz, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Dr. Yusuf bin Yakinen, Paul Robeson, James Baldwin, young Malcolm Shabazz. They all in the same cemetery. We took them to the Harriet Tubman Home, Harriet Tubman Museum, Frederick Douglass Home, Great Blacks and Wax, the African Holocaust Museum in Philadelphia, which is the only black African Holocaust museum in the entire country. And then we took them to Bowie State, Cobbin State, Morgan State, Cheney, Lincoln, Howard, Norfolk State, Hampton, the Benjamin Banneker Museum, the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Tour. We took them to the Nat Turner Trail, Great Adventures, Dorney Park, paintball in the park. Brother, them kids had the time of their life. They can't wait to come back. I'm getting text messages already. Dr. Umar, when can I sign up for the next tour? This year, we're going to hit them with the South, the Martin Luther King Center, the National Civil Rights Museum, the Oyotunji African Village, the Charleston, South Carolina Boat Trail. We're going to hit them with Morehouse, Clark, Spelman, Tennessee State, Tuskegee, Lamona Owen College, South Carolina State. How much money do I make off the tour, Mark? How much money do I make?
Probably nothing. You want to say what? How much?
Thank you, my brother. Case closed. Facts.
So now you throw out a couple of interesting little nuggets out there that I hope we had time to bring up. I mean, I know we're scheduled for an hour, but usually, we always go a little bit longer than an hour because we just had, just a real informational conversations with you, brother. But, one thing that some people's asking me about, now this may be beating a dead horse in some sense, but you said, about your doctorate. Where did you actually acquire your doctorate from to clear the air on people that's attacking me?
Excellent question.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people saying he's a doctor and don't have a doctorate. Like his name is Johnson, but his name ain't really last name Johnson. Like, well, who is he and what is he?
Okay.
Really?
Okay. First of all, this question been answered a million times.
That's why I said I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Okay.
Right?
I don't mind. I've learned in these 6 years of being king of the conscious community that I'm going to have to repeat myself often. That's all right.
Most definitely.
First of all, it's ironic you brought this question up because of my live feed. If they go to my Facebook page right now, which is Dr. Umar Ifatunde.
The African,
Dr. Umar
African
Ifatunde,
name.
which is spelled, let me spell it for him.
Okay.
Ifatunde.
Okay.
Ifatunde. If you go to Facebook and type in Dr. Umar Ifatunde, first name Umar, last name Ifatunde, prefix doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Umar Ifatunde on Facebook. You will get a page that pops up, and the profile picture is myself and Charlemagne from my record-breaking Breakfast Club interview.
Right.
Okay? So that is the only Facebook page that I have. I need your listeners to note it.
Yes.
Because all them other Facebook pages are fraudulent. They are controlled by conscious community haters, FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. If you are not on Dr. Umar Ifatunde Facebook page, you are on a fraudulent page. Now, when they get to that page, every Tuesday morning, which was today,
right,
I host a free Black Parent Teleconference from 6 a.m. until 8 a.m.
Okay.
8 a.m., free Black Parent Teleconference. I just finished. I got off to call you.
Right.
I got off for you to call me to do this interview today.
Right.
So I got a video that they can go to. And if they watch the video, guess what I hold up in the video? A copy of my doctoral dissertation. This is on the video. They can watch this. I did it today.
You did it today.
So it's amazing you asked the question.
Right.
Just now, an hour ago. And I opened up to the page, patient must be signed off on in order for you to get your doctorate. And when I show them the page, they see the signatures of the chair of the Department of Psychology, the chair of my committee, and on the cover of this hardback. This is my hardback dissertation coming from the college. At the bottom, it says my name, Umar Johnson, Doctor of Psychology, June 2012. Why did the college give me a copy of my doctoral dissertation, calling me a doctor on the front? Why was I at graduation at the Hall of Music on South Broad Street, which is June 2012, one of only 3 black men getting a doctorate? Why was I in graduation? Why did I have on a cap and gown? If anybody go on my Facebook pictures back to July of 2012, they'll see me and my mom and my dad and my brothers and my sisters taking pictures outside of the Academy of Music South Broad Street in Philadelphia. What the hell am I doing there around all them white folks?
The Academy
Why that boy
is
got on that
the
cap
Academy
down?
of Music. Is that where you got the doctorate from? Where is it exactly that is from? I guess was the
I
question.
already told you that, brother. Philadelphia College.
Philadelphia.
of Osteopathic
Okay,
Medicine.
okay. I missed it. My bad. Okay.
Okay.
There it is.
No,
Okay.
but I'm gonna help you out a little. I'm gonna help you out a little bit further.
Okay.
I got a phone call about a year ago from the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Okay.
They said, Dr. Umar Johnson, we hate to bother you, but we are getting about 10 phone calls a day, hundreds a week, from black folks. Listen to this shit, Mark. This is how
Okay.
embarrassing this shit is.
Okay.
White folks is calling me, telling me they getting bombarded with phone calls from black folks.
Exactly.
Dusty Hotep Negroes
Mm-hmm.
who want to find out whether or not you really have a degree from this college. We are not allowed to give out your information.
You said whether or not you was breaking up a little bit. You said trying to find out whether or not what?
whether or not you graduated from this college.
Right.
We cannot give out your information without your permission.
Exactly.
It would really help us if you would allow us to at least tell them that you do have a doctorate, that you did get it from here. Do you mind if we do this so we can stop being bombarded with the calls? And only because I didn't want them being drawn into this hate shit,
Yeah.
I gave them permission. So I'm telling you this because anybody listening to this interview
Right.
can call the damn college.
Go call the damn college and find out yourself.
Dr. Umar Johnson got a degree. They ain't got to ask you. They ain't got to ask
Hey,
you.
man, that's why.
For a whole year, my brother, for a whole year, the college has had my permission to answer the question. So why are we still getting the question? They can ask white folks. Why are we still getting the question if they can ask white folks? You know why, Mark? Because this ain't about the truth. This ain't about whether Umar got no damn doctorate. Black folks don't care about truth. Black folks care about character assassination.
And you know what? This kind of brings me right perfectly into a segue for one of the conversations I want to have with you about. We notice now, I don't know if I want to call it an unraveling of the conscious community or a disconnect now becoming between the black people and the conscious community. We see a lot of conscious beefs that seeded from the internet. You know what I mean? Like internet, like Twitter beefs in the conscious community. Like what is this? I mean, is this an example of some kind of a way or another? Like I brought it to you.
I got 3 points. I got 4 points.
With your situation with the the conscious bitch. You know what I mean? We got COINTELPRO.
Well,
Is this a situation?
Old, so I ain't gonna even deal with
no. I'm not bringing it back up. What I'm saying is, like, back with the conversation, I asked you, was this like a COINTELPRO type of situation? Let's
do a hip hop analysis.
Okay.
We just talked about it.
Okay.
People don't buy your music unless you beefing.
Oh.
The same shit applies to black consciousness, Mark. If you ain't beefing, you might not get a strong turnout. Conflict sells. It sells music, it sells movies, and it sells tickets to black consciousness events. The beef is being done for the same reason they beefing in hip-hop. It brings you attention. Period.
So now this is the equivalent.
People have the ability, check it out.
Go ahead.
Few people have the ability to sell out an event that is not based on conflict. Few of us, and I'm one of us. Most of us need conflict to drive our ticket sales. So we engage in beef because we know black people love that shit. They love to see niggas go at it. Excuse me for the N-word. They love to see black men and women go at it. Why do people beef on internet? Why do they beef on Twitter? Why do they beef on Facebook? Because it brings them attention.
Right. So now we got people trying to draw you into it.
Listen. Let me give you a little quick piece, and then I'll go back to.
Go ahead.
If you go on YouTube and you type in, and I ain't gonna even say nobody's names. If you type in the names of any other conscious speaker, okay, that has attacked me, go to their YouTube page. Look at the views. Look at the views that their attack on Dr. Umar Johnson had compared to the views they get.
Right.
when they either attack anybody else or don't attack anybody at all. Brother, it is a strategy to make money, and it is a strategy to build your platform. Conflict sells whenever you have self-hating people. Period. Point blank. End of story.
Now, what's funny to me about that whole situation when we, in regards to you and how people like to pick you apart and, you know, whatever conscious leader or speaker that people is following me, because I feel like all of you all have a very knowledgeable information. I mean, y'all, you know, a lot from Umar to Polite, like everybody. And I
but
know
I ain't
nobody.
just knowledge though. I'm not just knowledge though, so you can't put me in that bracket.
Okay, and
I'm being respectful in this because you talking about a man who helps parents save their children every day for free. You talk about a man who does a college tour to raise the consciousness of black children for free. You're talking about a man that has an organization, National Independent Black Parent Association, to organize black parents from California to Chicago, you understand, from Houston all the way up to New Hampshire for free. All due respect, they don't have no movement that's helping anybody for free. So you cannot put me with them. And I take issue with anybody who lumps me with everybody else in the conscious community, because I do work for my people on the streets on a daily basis, above and beyond intellectual masturbation that brings results. And if anyone doubts that, I invite them to listen to my Tuesday morning call. Go to my Facebook page and just watch the Tuesday morning calls and listen to the testimonials that I get from black parents every week, thanking me. People I don't even know who use the information, who I've helped to the telephone, thanking me for helping them save their children. I go into the prison. Okay, I'm about to go to the big prison in New York now, the one that's in the island. I forget, is it Alcatraz? What's that big prison on the water?
Yeah,
outside of New York.
Oh, you were talking about Rikers? Rikers Island. I'm about to go and do a conference. Rikers Island's free. I do not charge when I go to prisons. I do not charge when I go to halfway houses. I do not charge when I go to juvenile detention center. It is free. When I go to Africa, I do not charge, my brother. I don't charge to go to Africa. It is free. So I cannot be lumped with people who only do shit when they're getting paid, because 75% of my energy is expended freely for my people. And I don't need a pat on the back. I'm only doing this to clarify my position and clarify my platform. Because people love to say y'all. Ain't no damn y'all. If you're going to y'all me, you better find somebody else who's putting in the work like I'm putting in the work. Right.
Who not being paid for it. They not putting in no damn work. They hustling. So don't compare me with hustlers.
I dig you, bro. Now, I wasn't trying to excite you, and I wasn't trying to necessarily put you in the pocket of there.
That's not for you. That's not for you.
Okay,
Mark.
now here's the thing. Here's my thing, bro. It's what I was really getting at is that it's funny to me how we have brothers like yourself who are obviously as you know, has very adequately relayed to us. It's more than just the knowledge. It's doing the work out here for the people, right? We have people like you who are being picked apart by our people, but then we have, and not again to compare you and put you in the box, but we
don't even say their names. Don't say their names.
No. Just follow me.
People thinking
follow me.
Attacking them because they not even relevant.
Follow me. We have people that will support a Hillary Clinton. We have black people that will support a Donald Trump, but then we have brothers as yourself. You see what I'm saying? Follow me. You know, now.
Let me tell you one of the reasons why. Above and beyond success. People going to take issue with me because I don't sell them a pie in the sky. The reason pastors are so loved, Mark, is they don't expect you to do any work. It is easy to support the pastor. It is easy to support an Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton ain't going to ask you to do nothing but march and give money. That's easy. The pastor ain't going to ask you to do nothing but pray and give money. That's easy. Dr. Umar is going to say, you can pray, you can march, you can even donate to FDMG. But guess what? It's going to take more than that to save black folks. You're going to have to discipline your economics. You're going to have to join the parent association. You're going to have to knock on doors and wake these parents up and drag their black lazy asses out to the meet.
Right.
That's right. You're going to have to make an organization. You're going to have to be accountable to the collective. You understand? You're going to have to marry black women or don't get married at all. You're going to have to get that perm out your damn head. See, coming from that Marcus Garvey perspective, coming from that revolutionary Pan-African nationalist paradigm. I'm expecting too much. See, my expectations, I'm wanting too much from them. In other words, you know what the issue is, Brother Mark? I'm dealing in reality when most of our people are interested in escapism.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
They don't want that. They don't want the truth. They want somebody to tell them all you got to do is vote. They want somebody to tell them all you got to do is pray. They want somebody to tell them all you got to do is go to church. They want somebody to tell them all you got to do is come to the conscious event. All you got to do is change your name, buy an African drum, put some shea butter on, eat a veggie wrap, burn some incense.
The common denominator with what you just said is they want somebody too, and that kind of leads to the whole Jesus, the Savior complex that I've heard you speak.
No, but you need leadership. You're correct. We do have a Jesus complex. We do have a Jesus complex, and we saw it under the Obama administration. Black people projected their Jesus complex onto Barack Obama, who was somebody who was not interested in playing that role. But we put it on him anyway because we keep allowing our religious immaturity to invade our political space. We keep on letting our religious immaturity invade our political space. So you're absolutely right. We do have a Jesus complex. However, Mark, no country gets anywhere without leadership. Chinese, Jewish, Anglo-Saxon, Arab, East Indian, Latino, Native American, every power that has become a power became a power through leadership. We do need leadership, but you don't get change until you both have people who are ready to follow and leaders who are willing to sacrifice for the leadership. You can't just have the leader. The people must. Dr. King was successful because he came at a time the people were ready. Marcus Garvey was successful. He came at a time the people were ready. Frederick Douglass, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells were successful because they came at a time the people were ready. And I don't know, my brother. Only the Lord knows. Only the ancestors know this question. But are the people ready for the time in which I have come?
Most definitely. Now, we have, you spoke on some things that sparked a nerve or two I see in the comments on my Facebook Live, and which was a concern of some of the queens who were in my comments yesterday as I posted it. And you know, it's some women, it seems, for some reason, I don't know what lecture it may have been or what specific conversation or subject matter that it was, but a lot of, or I'm not going to say a lot, but some women have expressed to me that Umar seems to have some type of vendetta or specific attack as they related to me on black women. And in regards to, now I know you said we are going to speak on the homosexuality, but that was one of the key points of that conversation as far as them being blamed for I guess the insurgence of the homosexuality in the black man in our culture. Now, again, I don't know what conversation they've been alluded to.
Well, let me speak to it.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it's a ludicrous issue.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. If anyone has ever come to my lectures, you'll see how much love I get from black women.
Right.
I get nothing but support from our sisters, so ain't no sister issue. Black women have been the backbone of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy fundraising. Right. Make no mistake. As a school psychologist, who do you think I'm helping?
Right.
Who raising our kids?
The mothers of the kids.
2/3 of black children are being raised by who?
Could it just to nip this one in the bud?
Who I'm helping.
I'm about to say, right.
Let me finish this.
No, go ahead.
But let me finish this. I'm helping them. I'm helping mothers. So that's bullshit. Now, you might got some hating ass sisters out there who belong to some black feminist clique who just don't like strong black men. And that's
fall into that. I was going to say
they have a right not to like strong black men, but you're not going to break me. Ain't no woman breaking my damn back. I'm not going to let a man break my back more or less than make a woman break my back. So I would say that any woman who take issue with me normally either don't really know me or what I stand for. They're getting secondhand knowledge because a lot of times it's just misinformation. Because you got to realize I don't have, compared to the love that I get, I don't have a lot of haters compared to the love.
Most definitely.
If you look purely at the amount of haters, I have a lot. But when you compare the ratio of hate to love, it's almost non-existent. So because my haters are so active, a lot of gullible people who don't like to make up their own mind, but you also got to understand, Mark, black people love negativity. So they don't even have to see proof of anything people say about me. They will just love it because they love to see great black men fall. You understand? So part of it is ignorance. Another part of it, they might be lesbian or feminist.
And you know, and that's what I was going to say as far as nipping this one in the bud. Would it be safe to say, or an accurate projection to say that
I love all black women.
The ones that have a problem
too. They still my sisters.
Right. I've heard
I love all black women.
Speak on that on game.
Ain't no issue there.
Yeah.
Ain't no issue there.
I heard you speak
I don't
on
agree
that.
with the lifestyle. And I don't agree with the lifestyle. I will not push that. I will not expose the girls at the Anna Douglas Amy Garvey Academy to lesbianism as some sort of healthy relationship style. I'll never endorse that shit. But I respect my ladies. I know why they become lesbian, my brother, because of us. Yeah. How the hell I'm going to beat up on a black lesbian when I know why she became a lesbian? She became a lesbian because she kind of getting her ass whipped or mistreated by black men. I understand the pain. I know why they go there.
And
brother, I was in Los Angeles. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I was in Long Beach at a meet and greet, and a sister who was a lesbian, she confessed to me, brother, in front of the whole crowd. My last visit to Long Beach, she said, Doc, I wasn't born this way. I chose this because I've been hurt so much by y'all. I said, sister, don't give up on us. I told her to call me. I don't know if she did because I'm so busy. And if sister, if you're out there listening, please call me because I keep true on my promises. I offered to meet with that sister and just process with her because we hurt a lot. We all got issues, and we just need to process. Okay? Right. And I wanted to process with her. But that sister was honest, so I don't beat up on my... I see a lesbian sister, I'm going to give her a damn hug. A lot of them ain't going to let me hug them because they still got that black man hurt from whoever hurt them. But I'll hug them because I love you, and I know this ain't your nature. You are a queen. God put you here to... You are here to bring forth nations. You are here to bring forth nations. You cannot do that with another woman. But I understand why you're doing what you're doing. We need healing. And that's why when we open up the Fred Douglass Academy, my brother, we will be educating kids by day, but we will be educating and healing their parents by night. Facts.
Most definitely. And I'm glad that you most specifically cleared up the issue as far as people being able to go to your GoFundMe page and not only donate, but track the progress of the situation, because I'm hearing a lot of dialogue.
Let me say this
rhetoric.
about this bullshit. Let me say this, Mark. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
Negroes are interesting. Because right now, and I just said this, or maybe I didn't say it, I might have said this in my call, but Black Philly is spending $3 billion on Christmas. Black Detroit, $5 billion on Christmas. Black New York and Chicago, $8 million on Christmas. Billion. This is what we spending for one day, Mark. This is what we spending for one day. Philadelphia, $3 billion. New York, Chicago, $8 billion. Detroit, $5 billion, not million. Billion with the feet. But we don't ask Walmart. We don't ask Target what they doing with that money. We don't ask McDonald's what we... Do you know black people spent $600 million on McDonald's this year?
Right.
$600 million? Guess how much money we spent on sneakers? $4 billion? Guess how much money we spent on alcohol? We spent $2 billion on sneakers, $4 billion on alcohol, $9 billion on weave, perm, and hair care products. Do we ask the Chinese, the Arabs, the Jews, the Anglo-Saxons what they do? When you put your money in the bank, do you ask them damn crackers what they doing with your money?
Right.
No. But soon when a black man steps up and says he's trying to do something positive for our kids, we want to come up with every excuse not to support him because we don't want to. It ain't got nothing to do with me, Mark, which is why I don't take it personal. This ain't personal.
Right.
This ain't This is self-hate. This ain't personal. This Negro want me to take money out of my check and not spend it on myself and send it to some damn school? I don't give a shit about that. I got to get my hair done. I don't give a shit about that. I need to put some rims on my car. They attack me, Mark, not because of me. They attack me because they don't want to be accountable to the community. We hate ourselves, and I don't mind the accountability, my brother. Oh, they gonna get all the...
Yeah, I mean, and that's what people was like, man, you need to ask Umar, hold him accountable. He like to hold people accountable and ask him about the money. And people say, listen, let me explain this one though. Because the last time I talked to you, it was more so like, remember this conversation? Umar is a Christian hater, and and then you broke it down like, hey, I perform at church. We had, they heard that out of the second interview, and now it done flipped. Now it's like Umar went from a Christian hater to now he's no different than the Christian pastors. He's pimping the people, and taking the dose up because they don't know where the money is going, brother.
I want to know how many kids the Christian pastor kept out of jail. I want to know how many kids the Christian pastor kept out of special ed. I want to know how many parents the Christian pastor is helping. I want to know how many of these other conscious intellectual masturbators, how many kids they saving on a daily basis.
Right.
Please with that shit. See, the problem is I'm a very humble person when it comes to work. I believe that whatever you do for the people is between you and God. That's the only way you get your reward.
Right.
Once you start advertising what you do, it's no longer for God. It's for yourself. So I don't like to bring attention to what I do. But sometimes I have to reality check these Negroes who try to, once again, put me in a category with a damn preacher or one of these conscious masturbators. But you can't put me in that I put in too much work. And you got to understand something. I've been putting in this work before I became international. You understand? So I got a track record. And to be honest with you, Mark, that's why it was so difficult for them to try to destroy me when it went back to that situation involving a certain sister, and even now with the different allegations that have come up. It's difficult to destroy somebody whose power base is not the conscious. My power base, Mark, is not the conscious community. The people who come to my lectures and sell every other lecture out, and I'm coming off 2 sold-out events, about to walk into 4 more, is not the conscious community. The people who donate to the school, that's not the conscious community. This is the black community. I have transcended the black conscious community. I would humbly say I'm still a part of it.
Right.
I would humbly say I'm still a part of it, but I'm bigger than that. So when they tried to crush the fundraiser and it didn't work, they said, why we can't crush this dude? When they tried to crush me with false allegations on my doctorate, why can't we crush this dude? When they tried to crush me on false allegations of me not being related to the greatest of the great, is the Honorable Frederick Douglass, they couldn't crush me because you got people who knew me before y'all ever knew
and
me.
they listen, and that was another question
who know
too.
my credentials, who know my work. You listen to me, Mark. I got a box right now. I will show it to you if you can see it. I got a box of prison mail, brother.
Okay.
What scholar do you know in America who got a box of prison mail? I'm getting letters from inmates across the country, my brother. Somehow they able to watch, certain prisons let you watch certain videos.
Oh, they got cell phones in there.
They're studying me.
They're doing the mannequin challenge. We
studying me, man.
Right, oh yeah.
So please. I get letters from 5-year-olds, Mark. I just got a letter from a 7-year-old boy. He wrote me a letter in crayon. Dr. Umar, can you please open up that school so my mommy can stop worrying about me? Man, listen, I'm focused, brother. I'm focused. I am focused. You know what I mean? I know what I got to do. So that hate, that don't mean nothing, bro. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes it helps. Let me tell you why.
Hey, like I tell you throw salt on my name, that just adding seasoning to my sauce. That's how I tell them.
Check it out. Exactly. Check it out. If somebody hates on Mark, do you know what that does?
Have more people talking about me.
Find out who the hell you is.
Am I? Yeah, you adding seasoning to my sauce.
Why? Because black people love conflict. I don't love conflict, but black people love conflict. So when people hate on me, guess what people do? Who the hell is this Umar Johnson?
Google search.
He's stealing money.
Google search.
I heard he ain't got no degree.
And then they end up finding some shit that they like then. Kind of like, wow.
And check it out, Mark. I'm going to tell you, because they tell me. I get emails from people, man, who say, listen, I was originally inspired to come check you out because I was hearing negative information. They tell me. I heard you was a fraud, and I kept hearing this. I said, who is this guy? I end up clicking on one of your videos and watching it, and you said something in there that helped me go back and save my child.
Wow.
And now, I don't care what anybody has to say about you. I am a Umar supporter for life, and I've donated $500 to your school.
Damn.
This is somebody who only knew about me for less than 24 hours, Mark. Less than 24. So, on a certain level, they are recruiting. My haters are part of my marketing team. These stupid Negroes don't even realize that when you hate on the truth, all you doing is bringing more people to the
truth. There it is.
I got thousands of people who didn't even know me until these bestie hotep Negroes started bashing my name, and now my following is even stronger than it ever was before because the haters are giving me free advertising. 48 laws of power. All attention is good attention. Facts.
There it is. Now, what do you say to the people? Because I see now, although you say you are still a part of the conscious community, I just hear your dialect and the way that you speak on it as if there is an issue with you and the specific. I mean, I've heard you speak in some ways like the word, that specific jealous. Word, conscious.
I mean, it's envy. It's ego. It's the same shit with hip hop. You know what I mean? When you the top rapper, people gonna come at you. Look what Jay-Z had to go through until he decided, I'm pulling back on this shit. I'm not even responding.
And part of that is because the whole consciousness and being enlightened now has become more so a trend than actual,
It's
living.
not a reality.
Yeah.
It's skin deep. It's superficial, brother. It's intellectual. It's not spiritual. Information doesn't change conditioning. Anybody who ever tells you that you can read a book and stop hating other black folks is crazy. You became a slave through conditioning, not through education. You became a slave through conditioning. And guess what, Mark? You're going to have to be conditioned out of slavery.
It ain't going to happen
You can read all the
overnight.
books.
It's not going to happen overnight.
You can change your name. You can run to Africa. You can go to the pyramids every day if you want to, and you will still be a self-helping Negro because what you're dealing with is your consciousness. Slavery rules the unconsciousness. Knowledge of self is consciousness. Slavery rules the unconsciousness. When are we going to wake up and understand that conscious information is just that, Mark? Conscious. It's not yet made unconscious. Until you make the conscious unconscious, you're still a slave. Nobody talks about controlling the unconscious. Everybody talks about the conscious. That which is under deliberate intent. What about that aspect of the psyche and mind that is not under the control of deliberate intent? Unconsciousness is 80% of your mind, my brother. Do you realize that 80% of what you do is ruled unconsciously? You breathe unconsciously. You metabolize unconsciously. Okay, your thoughts and your beliefs, your attitudes, a lot of that is unconscious. Your heartbeat is unconscious.
Yeah.
Your breathing is unconscious.
Involuntary. It's not. You don't even think about it.
It's involuntary. That means it's unconscious. Anything that is involuntary is unconscious. You wake up at the same time every morning after you've done it for a certain while. Why? Because you conditioned yourself. That's the conditioning.
Right.
Conditioning is nothing more than doing, not saying. Doing, not saying, not studying, doing the same thing over and over again. You train the mind, Mark, to automatically do that without conscious intent. It becomes involuntary, which means it's under the control of the unconscious mind. 80% of you is unconscious. The conscious community don't deal with the 80%. The conscious community deal with the 20%. And that's why they will always be unconscious, no matter how much information they possess. Facts.
Right. Most definitely, man. And I'm glad that you clearing these things up, man, because it was, I guess I'd say amazing for me, for lack of a better way of explaining it or saying it, how many questions that I was getting in regards to not only things that you already discussed, but just kind of
for years. And mind you, I didn't answer these questions just the past couple weeks. I've been answering these same silly ass questions,
and I know,
for
bro.
years.
You know what? I told
for
people,
years.
I said, brothers and sisters, now I don't want to waste my exclusive interview time. Although I know this is not the last time I'm gonna speak with the brother, I don't want to waste this interview with speaking on things that have already been spoken on. Now, if you really know the brother enough to call yourself ridiculing him, then you probably should do enough research to know the answer to some of these questions that you're asking me. So that's kind of how I handled it. But, I did want to just ask you, a couple of things in regards to basically the school, you know what I mean? But, back to the situation with the school, you said you weren't open to collaborating with anybody. I just want to know, are you familiar with a certain group?
I'm a boss.
Are you a boss? Damon Dash, we got that. We had that conversation in the books too. I feel you. But I just want to know, real quick, are you familiar with a group by the name of New Era Detroit?
Yes, sir. Some of the brothers come out to my events sometimes, and they show me a lot of love. I take pictures with them. I hold up their New Era cards and stuff. I think they're a good group. I like what they're doing.
Okay.
Now, one of the dudes who belongs to the group, he a big-time hater of mine up there in Detroit. I'm not going to call his name because I ain't into endorsing hate, but he always got nut-ass shit to say out of his mouth. He don't even fucking know me. I wish he keep my name out of his mouth. But outside of that, I ain't got a problem with the group, though.
Right. Yeah, that's what I want to basically ask. You know what I mean? It's just as far as the conscious community
they all right. I like
and
how
different
they move.
groups
like
how they move, because it's just been a lot of
I respect them.
Different situations.
I respect them. I just don't fuck with that hater, but I respect them.
Most definitely. Well, yeah, that was it's fun. That's kind of funny, man. But I appreciate you, man. I'm not gonna take too much over your time over this hour, man. It's many more things that we talk.
Well, let me do this. Let me drop a couple jewels if I can.
Okay, go ahead. I was gonna say if it's anything else that you wanted to say, just to spark up another conversation. If you got something else to say, go ahead.
Well, let me do the announcement since since I'm a worker, I got to let them know what we're working on.
Exactly.
So as far as the event part go, we're going to do information and then we're going to do action. The information side, Kwanzaa tour begins in Baltimore. I'll be in Baltimore this coming Monday, December the 26th, first day of Kwanzaa, Umoja. Okay, I will be at the Downtown Cultural Arts Center, 401 North Howard Street, Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, guaranteed to sell out. Please get your tickets now. Okay, Wednesday, Jacksonville, Florida. I will be at the Regency Square Mall Event Planning Center, Jacksonville, Florida. All right?
Okay.
That is a 6 o'clock program.
Okay.
In fact, every program except Atlanta is 6 o'clock. Baltimore, 6 o'clock. Jacksonville is 6 o'clock. Jacksonville is Wednesday, December the 28th. Detroit is Friday, December the 30th, 6 o'clock. Doors open up at 4.
And I will see you
and
there.
then Atlanta will be the last day of Kwanzaa, first day of the new year, January the 1st, and that's 5 to 8. Doors open up at 3. And then we got Los Angeles, California, at the Ward AME Church in L.A. That's the first Saturday of the new year. We're going to start the new year off in Los Angeles on Saturday, January the 7th. And then we got Brooklyn. I'm going to be the keynote speaker for the Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad Earth Day celebration in Brooklyn. Thursday, January the 12th in Brooklyn. Thursday, January the 12th in Brooklyn. Okay, that's 6 to 9. And then I'm in Durham, North Carolina for the first time in 13 years. Durham, North Carolina for the first time. Last time I was in Durham, I was Minister of Education for the Marcus Garvey movement 13 years ago. I wasn't a doctor yet. I wasn't the Prince of Pan-Africanism yet or none of that. So I'm looking forward to going back to Durham because there's a lot of history there for me as it relates to my history in the Marcus Garvey Association. Again, tickets, princeofpanafricanism.eventbrite.com. That's the information. Let's talk about the action.
Mm-hmm.
The West Regional National Independent Black Parent Association Training Conference. The West Regional National Independent Black Parent Association Training Conference will be in San Diego, California. At the World Beat Cultural Center, Friday and Saturday. January 27th and 28th. January 27th and 28th, 2 days, 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock to train you so that you can become a leader in Detroit, Flint, Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, all throughout Michigan, a leader of the National Independent Black Parent Association. Sister Julie is our Detroit chapter president. Okay, but she needs help. We also need chapters in other places as well, and we might even have to cut Detroit up into several different chapters because it's such a large place. But Sister Julie needs help. If anybody want to work with Sister Julie, with the National Independent Black Parent Association Detroit chapter, please text me. You can text me, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, and I will put you in touch with her so you can help her out with the Parent Association chapter. She's also the host. For next Friday's Kwanzaa Power Lecture as well. So please come on out to San Diego. Also, the college tour, June 28th to July 12th. Registration should be up in the next couple weeks. Okay?
Right.
Also, I'm going to do a college tour for the 18 to 25-year-olds. The same tour that I described to you earlier for the young children that we did last year. We're going to do this year for the 18 to 25. So 11 to 17 is Atlanta tour. 18 to 25 is going to be the North tour.
Okay.
All right, so we got the Parent Association, we got the college tours. Every Tuesday morning, the Black Parent Teleconference. If any of your listeners need that information or call in on Tuesday, they get free expert advice from the Prince of Pan-Africanism. They can text me or email me for that advice as well. I'm also working on the 4th annual Africa trip, 2 weeks in Africa. We go every year. This will be the 4th year. And I'm also working on a repatriation task force, my brother. We're going to take about 50 to 70 Africans to Africa for 90 days, and we're going to live there and investigate the society, buy some land, and start building an independent community for ourselves. That's the action.
Last thing.
Last thing.
Go ahead, because I got one more question that I want to get into. Come on with it.
If any of your listeners know of schools in Detroit that are available for sale, and they can put me in contact with the person selling the school, please let me know, because the school district ain't working with your brother. I guess they know who I am. So I
dig the dirt myself, man, and come up, see if I can come up with, man. I've seen to be
because I don't understand how I ain't been inside of a Detroit school yet. So y'all got to understand something. I can't do the work, y'all. I don't live there. I cannot do the work. I don't live there.
I'm gonna get you in. I'm gonna get you in the school, Umar.
Bring the school to Detroit.
Yeah,
if you want the damn school in Detroit, you got to help me get inside these damn schools.
And now's the question. We the blackest city in America, and Umar need to bring the school. Mark, ask him about the school. And you know what? I'm gonna say I didn't know that you was having that trouble. I'm gonna dig the dirt, man, and we're gonna get you in the school, man.
I don't understand it.
We're gonna get you in the school, Umar. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And I am
now ideally, I want to get into a couple of them. In other words,
Of course. I mean, that's not just any old one. The first one, I got you.
I got to get a school that don't require that much upkeep. You know, I got to bring the contractors in so they can do a walkthrough. You know, the heating, cooling, air conditioning system. Look at the structure. You know, because we ain't got that much money. We got to make sure that we're using this money efficiently. So I want to look at a couple different schools and choose the one that we feel it will require the less amount of work for what we have.
7 Mile Radio gonna get you into school, Umar. I'm gonna give you that, man.
No doubt.
And most definitely, dog. You keep on the grind, man. And one other question, man, that everybody is kind of throwing in the comments here on Facebook. How do we handle this? You know, we talked about post Obama. Now we are pre-Trump. How do we deal with this? I mean, we all feel like this guy is.
Well, the same way you deal with anything else. Here's the thing. The problem is not the solution. Ain't no secret to building an independent community. We've done it before. Chinese come to America, do it every damn day. There's no secret. It ain't no secret to building a school. Ain't no secret to building a hospital. Ain't no secret to building a community. Ain't no secret to building your own gas stations, your own factories. Ain't no secret. The problem, Mark, is you don't have enough black people committed to get the job done.
Nah, yeah.
We're not interested in the work. Let me tell you, three problems. The black consciousness community, the black church, and black social network. Let me say it again. The black conscious community, black church, and black social network have destroyed the do-for-self impulse of black folks. In the black church, you ain't got to do nothing but pray and pay. Black conscious community, you ain't got to do nothing but pray and, pay and intellectually masturbate and come to the events. It's just like church. And then the social network, everybody believes that we can organize and fix our problems on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Man.
On sitting on our lazy asses. Church, Facebook, black conscious community, all you got to do, Mark, is sit down and listen.
I tell people, get off
that is not going to get the job done. So the black church, black consciousness, black social media has killed the black impulse to get up off our ass and get some work done. We just want to sit around and run our damn mouths all day. And you could think church, black conscious community, and black social network for that.
What are the adverses? What are the three cons of that? The reverse sides of that? You know what I mean? That we could use to remedy that. Do you see any solutions?
Well,
to
here's
that?
the thing. Here's
getting up off your ass for one.
I know. Well, the solution is we got to raise a revolutionary generation of African people, like Dr. John Henry Clark said. That's the solution, and that's what I'm doing with FDMG. Beyond that, you have to do a lot of fishing in our community. You are fishing in dangerous waters.
Right.
You're dealing with sharks, and you have to make sure that when you throw that fish hook, your ass don't pull a damn killer whale back on you. Okay, you got to find. That's what I do. When I travel the country, every time I do a lecture, I'm looking to find 5 people I think are serious, sincere, and can get this work done. Because it's hard, Mark. The toughest part of my job, and I want your listeners to hear me this in all sincerity and humility, the toughest part of my job is finding people who are going to hang around long enough to help me achieve the goal. Most of the people that I attract are there for 3 reasons. To use my status to benefit their own selfish agenda, to use my status to increase their social network presence, or to steal my ideas and run off and do them themselves. Being who I am is a blessing and a curse. I love the fact I could walk in any airport and everybody runs up for a picture. That feels good that people appreciate you that enough to stop you in the airport for a pic. I appreciate that. Even elders, I love that. But on the flip side, Mark, I'm on this line between celebrity and revolutionary. Do you follow me?
Right.
I'm a celebrity, and people, I think sometimes the celebrity gets emphasized over the revolutionary.
Right.
You know, so it's all about pictures.
It's all about who he is and not what he's doing.
Yes, my brother.
It's
yes.
Umar. Look, it's
Umar. Don't get me wrong. I love that part, but we still got to do the damn work. We got to do the damn work.
It's like he the one. It's like
let's do the work.
Like fuck doing the shit. It's like that's the guy that says all that cool shit on the internet in the interviews. Like look at him. Like let's not do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's this dude to say all the cool shit right there. That's Umar. You know what I mean? But You know, I feel you, bro.
Exactly.
I feel
So it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. But I don't complain. I was put there for a reason. You know what I mean? I was put there for a reason, and I'm going to walk that walk. You know what I mean? I'm going to walk that walk, and I'm going to talk that talk. I'm going to stay true to that. You know what I mean? See, I got to thank my parents because they never raised me. My parents never raised me to be selfish. I never was in love with money. I'm not materialistic. You know what I mean? I don't need a Mercedes-Benz, and sometimes I get picked on by my colleagues, so they say, listen, man, we doctors, man. When you going to get a new car? Dude, I'm a revolutionary.
It ain't
I'm trying
about
to fight
that.
for
It
my
ain't
people,
about
man.
flashing.
I'm not trying to. I'm not into
You're going to be
that.
the next black
You know what I mean?
revolutionary riding through with a Maybach. Then they're going to be talking about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not. That's not me, man. And because my parents raised me humble, without a love for anything but helping other people, see. You know what it is, Mark? The reason why they're so concerned about $700,000 is because if they had that money, they would probably spend it. You feel me? Yeah. They don't understand how you can have damn near $1 million
and just have it sitting
and you ain't stole none of that shit.
Is that unheard of? Is that unheard of?
You feel me?
It's
not only
up.
that, Mark. Not only that, I think they also forget that you're talking to a black professional. See, most people in the conscious community, they don't have a career. They hustle consciousness to pay their bills. And I'm not knocking nobody because I know how to feed their kids. But they hustle consciousness to pay their bills. I don't hustle consciousness to pay my bills. You're talking to a professional psychologist here. I am a school psychologist. I am an educator. Okay, I evaluate children for a living. I train principals. I train teachers. I do therapy. You understand? I am a professional. I'm a member of the Association of Black Psychologists. You're talking to a professional, not just a community lecturer. You're dealing with, so I don't have to steal from my people because I was blessed enough to get the education that I needed to be able to feed my own children. I never struggled financially before I came into the conscious community. You know what I mean? That's not an issue for me. I'm what they would consider so-called middle class. And I don't call myself that, but that's what I would be considered. Right. So I ain't got no issue financially. I'm straight. And again, I'm not knocking nobody because I know how people feed their kids.
Right, exactly.
But I don't have to hustle black consciousness to pay my bills. I get more than enough professional work. Hell, I got evaluations I got to type up today. You understand? So ain't nobody hurting for bills. I'm straight. Trust me, I'm straight. You know what I mean? But, again, it's just them blending me in, oversimplifying the situation, and I don't like
as you get deeper into that, especially, your profession, you know what I mean, as opposed to a lot of these speakers that a lot of people gravitate to on YouTube and these other sites, you have an actual occupation.
Thank you. Thank you.
That now I see, I feel more, brother, why you got so you felt the need to so adamantly express the need to be separated from certain individuals and not to be clumped into a same bucket. You can
put me with Claude Anderson. You can put me with Attorney Alton Maddox. You can put me with Dr. Patricia Newton because these are legitimate scholars. They've earned their credentials. They've done work in the community transforming.
As opposed to a YouTube street scholar.
Me with. Yeah, as opposed to a street scholar. There's people you can group me with, but most of them are elders. I'm not disrespecting the young, but when I look at the youth, ain't nobody out there I would say, yeah, you could put me with him. I'm sorry, I don't see none. That's not to denigrate. I want to be clear. There's no disrespect. But if someone says, who in your generation, not the elders, but who in your generation can you be compared to? Walking this earth alive today? Nobody.
Most definitely, man. I mean, it's really nothing else, man, to say at this point, man. I mean, everything that everybody has asked me, you pretty much laid it down, man. Are you still taking trips to Africa or what, man?
Yeah, I just mentioned that. We're going to do the 2-week trip to Africa this year. We normally go the last week in July, first week in August. So I just got to choose the country. And then also the repatriation task force, 90 days. If any brothers and sisters out there in Michigan, Detroit family, I get a lot of love in Detroit. It's a very special city for Dr. Umar.
Right.
If any of y'all willing to go with me to Africa for 90 days, that information is going to be coming out real soon. It's going to be coming out. We're going to go to Africa. We're going to lay it down. We're going to lock it down.
So we can catch that on your website or follow you on Facebook?
Yeah, I got my website. My website being rebuilt. They can catch it on my Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
To be honest, to find out the latest, I'll put everything involved with events on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Dr. Umar Johnson. I repeat, Instagram and Twitter at Dr. Umar Johnson. Facebook, is the only network where I use my African last name. So Facebook is Dr. Umar Ifatunde.
Okay.
Dr. Umar Ifatunde. And with that, my brother, I'm going to need you to close out for us because I have a teleconference for a parent and a special ed coordinator at one of my charter schools that I service here in Pennsylvania because I recently evaluated a child and I have to go over the evaluation by telephone with the parent at 10:30.
Most definitely, man. I'm not gonna take it up no more time than you allow me to. And I will, like I say, it's always good talking to you, brother. And I will most definitely see you early on the 30th. I will be there with cameras rolling, man. Me and the crew. So we are there. I'm gonna bring that DVD of all of the footage and my past 2 interviews with you too, so you will have it. I know you told me to mail it.
No doubt.
So,
and
get that to you.
once the link is ready for this interview, text it to me and I'll post it on my networks.
Most definitely, sir.
Gotcha.
And
Black
as
Power,
always,
Detroit,
Black
I love
Power.
y'all. Can't wait to see y'all.
Most definitely,
All right,
man.
brother Mark. Be
Signing
safe,
out, bro.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. Dr. Umar Johnson checking in, everybody. Dr. Umar Johnson, man. So we're going to keep.